Hey friends, it is Shauna from glittergiftsandmore.com. I also have a shop on Etsy called withlovefromvinyl.etsy.com. I sell glitter, I sell ready-to-use water slides, I make glitter tumblers, and in addition to those things, some of the stuff that I do that I don't really do any recording on is sublimation and laser engraving, but we're not talking about that today. So I've been trying to expand my sublimation to include full wrap cups, which apparently is going to be one of the most frustrating things. You know how learning something new is. It's not always the funnest. So these are some of my messed up cups. There's just discoloration. This one wasn't too bad. I have to ignore these black tapes. I've already taped it off. But there's just discoloration along the seam where the pressure wasn't right. So I have decided that we are going to glitter them. So I went ahead and I've already taped off this one where we're going to glitter. So this part, the design looked great. This part, not so much. So we are actually going to leave this with the design showing. We're going to do a pixie pink glitter on the back. And then we're going to go through and trim it out with a nice little transition glitter as well. So the cool thing about sublimation is the design is actually heated into the material. So you can sand these, which I already have done, to scuff it up a little to make it a nice surface for the epoxy. So when we're done, I will epoxy the entire cup. Let me see if I can't move you back just a smidge. So anyways, I have a few of them already prepped so that we can do this first layer to show you how I'm going to do it, and then we'll be able to set this aside to dry. And assuming all goes according to plan, which you know in my life it doesn't always, but if all goes according to plan, there will be a second layer of glitter we will be able to do on a couple of cups. So anyways, to get started, I had already taped it off because you don't want to see that. That's a hot mess of me trying to decide where and how I like the tape. I just knew that this section in here had to be done in the glitter section. So that was kind of where I started to make sure that, you know, I like the layout. And I do plan on glittering the bottom just because it's not very pretty. So, I mean, normally on a sublimation cup that wouldn't bother me and I would have just left that. But since we're going to glitter, we're going to go ahead and take the glitter all the way down to the bottom and cover that as well. So we're going to do this just like I would any other cup. I use the Mod Podge method. So we're going to put it on. I had to double check. Oh, wouldn't that have been funny if I started glittering the wrong side? Don't put it past me. So with the first layer of glitter, side note, I did not bother spray painting these as part of the prep because I do not plan on using iridescent glitter. So the polyester or the metallic glitter is opaque. It will cover the design and won't have an issue, won't need to be spray painted. So that is why you still see the design on the part we're glittering. I don't remember what I was going to tell you before I got distracted with making sure you knew why I didn't spray paint. Okay, once everything is nice and even, we will go ahead and add the glitter. We're using Pixie Pink for the back side of this. We're going to leave the electrical tape on until the next layer of glitter. I have to remember which plate was what. Okay, so Pixie Pink. Ignore my labels on my jars. I have went ahead and opened a new shop with all of my glitters and my laser engraving and sublimation all in one place. So the name changed to glittergiftsandmore.com. So all of my labels still say Lovely Rustic Weddings, which was originally when I started all this, I did wedding stuff. And, well, we've transitioned. So I'm in the middle of changing all of my labels over too. But, oh, on the new shop takes Sezzle, so that's exciting too, right? Okay, so this is just solid glitter. So I didn't do any tilting, I didn't do any moving. We just aimed for Mod Podge and sprinkled. I can't forget the bottom. I keep trying to look to make sure you are in the camera. And the glitter color we are using is Pixie Pink. It is a holographic glitter. Or hit you. I always hit you guys, I'm sorry. It's a holographic glitter. So it's great if you want to do like the tack it method or whatever. but today we're just putting it on normal Mod Podge. And this is just layer 1, so we're going to set this aside to dry, leaving the tape on so that when it's dry, which we're going to literally see in 2 seconds when I do this next cut, we're going to let this dry, second layer of glitter, take the tape off, and then do whatever we want to do around that transition edge, and then we'll be ready for epoxy. So let me set this aside and move on. Okay, so the first step in doing the second layer of glitter is to dry brush the first that we just did. I put you guys on pause and I let it dry. So we're going to dry brush this to get any loose glitter off. And we want to get as much of the loose glitter off as we can so that it doesn't get mixed in with the brush while we're doing the second layer of of Mod Podge. So if it comes off right now, it wasn't adhered to begin with. So now is when you'd rather it come off, otherwise you end up with a big old gooky mess of Mod Podge and glitter trying to get that second layer on. And I don't know, I get asked all the time, I don't know where you can get these brushes from. I got them a few years back from, it was a free gift included with a paint set that I ordered, and they don't carry them. I think it was like a one and done kind of thing. I have not seen them. I look at the craft stores, I look at the home improvement stores. I don't know where to get them, but any hard bristle brush will do. Okay, so once that's done, we're gonna do the second layer of Mod Podge just like we did the first. Grab your brush. Mine's been sitting here, so my brush is a little crunchy. We might need to switch brushes. I should have stuck that in water. Yeah, I'm gonna switch brushes. That's totally my fault. I was being way lazy today. But I am semi-prepared because I had the other brush in my pocket. Look at me, almost put together. This is way smaller than what I would normally use to Mod Podge. That's okay. We will make it work. You can tell I haven't hardly left my house. I haven't bought new paintbrushes. And you'll have to excuse the noise if you hear it. I don't know if you're going to be able to. We're getting new gutters put on today. So it has been a long day of lots of noise. That's how you know you're adulting. We had a new roof put on. Now we're having new gutters put on. All kinds of not fun stuff to buy. Okay, right now I'm just trying to get coverage and make it smooth. It's taking a little longer because my brush is itty bitty. Don't be lazy is the moral of that story. I didn't plan on keeping you guys on pause for so long, but virtual learning with 5 kiddos is, well, only 4 are actually doing the learning. The other guy's a little too young. Okay, so as everything evens out, you can start pulling the excess Mod Podge off your brush. I just used the side of the cup. Having a hard time getting it out of that groove. Okay, once it looks good to you, grab whatever it is that you are using to glitter, such as the plate, and then we're going to do just another layer of Pixie Pinks. Had a look. Pixie Pink. Start at the bottom. Everything can stay flat since we aren't doing any sort of a ombre or anything. It's just dump and go. And now I am tilting up only to keep it on my plate. Okay. And this is the step we're going to remove that tape. at that, all that mess I just made. All right, let me go remove the tape. Give me just a second and I'll be right back. Nope, let me put a little bit more on the bottom. All right, now let me remove the tape. And I've got it just inside the cup, which is why it's taking a second to get it. Okay. So there's one. Here's the second. Now we're going to set this aside to dry. Okay. All right. There you have it. Oh, look, I got my Mod Podge there. And I touched the bottom. Go me! It's okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's try this again. So, that's how it turned out. And we're going to go ahead and let it dry. Then I will do a layer of epoxy, do some designs along the edges, and it'll be ready for, no, don't touch it. Sorry, my 4-year-old just came in. Hold on, babe, Mama's doing a video, okay?
Gob gob.
Gob gob?
Goo goo gaga.
Oh, don't even. You're too big for that.
Moo 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 moo. Hi.
You being silly.
Hi guys.
Okay, so if you want to hang around, we have one more I'm doing. That's the exact same thing. It's going to be a second layer of glitter. Same type of a cup. It is a sublimated cup that didn't have a good seam. So I already put the first layer of glitter on. This one here. This glitter is Evening Elegance. So this was the sublimated design. We sanded that, taped off with the black tape. Exactly the same thing we did on that last one. So we're going to do it the same way where we dry brush it off. Bottom too. Now with the black, I probably should have went ahead and spray painted the bottom, if for nothing else, so that you don't run the risk of having patches show through, but we'll do that for next time. Hold on one second. Someone just knocked on my door. All right, sorry about that, guys. It's a full house. It is a full house today. Okay, so once we're done dry brushing, we will go through and do, just like we did before, Mod Podge. I'll start with the bottom. And if I don't like the way the bottom looks after the second layer of glitter, then after the first layer of epoxy, I will spray paint just the bottom black. And then the next layer of epoxy will go ahead and take care of that, and then I don't have to worry about the bottom of the cup. So you won't see any of the spots that may not be perfectly covering up that white. But we'll decide that after this layer dries and we dry brush, we can make that decision. Okay, and once we get the coverage on, we will smooth it out. Keep it a little thick on the bottom, see what happens. Like I said, we will spray paint it black if we don't like it. But I will wait till the first layer of epoxy is done before we did that. Alright, so we'll set that aside, grab my plate for the black glitter, and we are doing Evening Elegance. Start at the bottom. And then just dump it on. Now, Evening Elegance is actually a cosmetic grade glitter, and it is a holographic black. But depending on how the light hits it, it's not a deep, deep, deep black. But it's I like this black because it does keep it sparkle under epoxy. I'll show you a cup I have it on in a second. So I do like it, and depending on how the light hits it, it is black, but there's some undertones of, my son says he sees like a coppery color in it, so, okay. And in the sun, the holographic comes out. I was just out there talking to the person at the door, and I had the cups still on my hand, and it was just sparkling in the sun. It was gorgeous. So it is a beautiful, beautiful glitter. All right, taking off the tape. You want to take it off when it's still wet. The other side is in there deeper because I didn't think. Okay. Now go through and pat down that edge real quick. Just gently patting it down to make it a little bit smoother. And I'll do the other side. Okay. So that is super awkward trying to turn this. Okay. Alright, so there's that one. Let me show you before I get off of here. The other one I was telling you about was the Endless Elegance. If I can remember where, oh, there it is. So this is Endless Elegance under epoxy. So I absolutely love the sparkle it keeps. That was Princess Pink, Glam Girl, and Endless Elegance on this cup. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks guys so much for watching. All the glitter can be purchased at glittergiftsandmore.com, and if you have any questions, just drop comments. Thanks so much guys. Have a great day.